Stephen Peterson here. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, this is a program where we talk about patterns and habits and process and routine, all the things that drive me crazy, all the things I don't want to talk about, but that's where we live. I like power. I like instant results. I like immediate things. And I thank God for every one of those that I have in my life. But the rest of the time, you and I live in process, patterns, paths, practices, process. I taught this, I started teaching this in Southern California. And man, Southern California people, maybe Northern too, but especially Southern California people, it's anathema to bring up anything with the word process. Processed food, process. No, we live in process. Put your own words, put habit, put routine. If you'll change one pattern in your life, if you'll throw out one that you know is not working and put in a new one, your life can have the most dramatic change. And the great thing about patterns, they work for the young and the old, the smart and the not so smart. Some people may get more out of a pattern than I do, but if I put a big pattern, a new pattern, a successful pattern in my life, I will have results, and so will you. So it's the great equalizer. I just thank God for these uber talented, super talented people. You know, whether it's in basketball or music or politics or business, you go, wow. But every one of us are supposed to be adding something to life. You've got something to add, but you've got to identify a pattern that's not working, throw it out, and get a new one. And try to pick up a pattern from somebody who's successful where you want to succeed. I mean, I don't spend any time listening to child psychologists because my children are grown. It's not that I can't learn something, but most of what I'll learn is, oh man, I should have done that better when they were younger. But I do spend a lot of time in business. I spend a lot of time in ideas, solutions. I love solutions. Any village idiot can find a problem. I used to say, well, I'm a problem finder. We need problem solvers, not problem finders. So that's what this whole program is about. I've only got just a little over 14 minutes. My name is Stephen Peterson. Love to hear from you. But I want to talk to you about something in these few minutes we have. A pattern I want to challenge you on. It's a pattern I'm working on. It's a pattern I'm trying to get rid of, and it's a pattern I'm trying to pick up. So I will share it with you. You could be miles ahead of me or never thought of it before. Either way, this is what I'm going to do. Doubt is a killer. If you're doubting your ability, if you're doubting your IQ, if you doubt anything about yourself, there's a good chance you won't act on it. And if you do, you won't act successfully. I love basketball. I love watching it. I used to have a decent shot. I didn't have a shot at making any money, but you put me out there 20 feet, I can make a shot. And I love watching basketball now, especially this time of year where the playoffs have started. And when you see a basketball player wide open and he gets ready to shoot and he stops and he looks around, that's doubt. Somebody might call it hesitation. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's doubt. And when they shoot, if they eventually shoot, it's usually a bad shot because you, the shooter, have begun to doubt yourself. Let me tell you something about doubt. Doubt speaks. Doubt has a voice. Here's the pattern you want to make sure that you don't have in your life. Don't let doubt speak through your voice. Don't you be the spokesperson. Don't you be the spokesman. Don't you be the spokeswoman for doubt in your life. You can doubt everybody else. Don't doubt yourself. A wise old man, I didn't know how wise he was until I lived this for a while. The one who doubts, you just do without. Doubt has a voice. Doubt speaks. Doubt will speak paragraph after paragraph. I don't know if you remember, but I talk about this inner dialogue that every person has. And a study by the University of Minnesota said it's somewhere between 15 and 1,800 words a minute running through our head in our subconscious. You'll never make it. You'll always make it. They're against you. They're for you. You pick out, more than likely your life is picked out what's playing. If you had things go your way, you probably have a fairly positive uh, soundtrack of life playing. If you've had too many disappointments or too many failures or too many heartbreaks, uh, more than likely your inner dialogue is, well, it happened before, it's going to happen again. Listen, don't let doubt be part of that inner dialogue using your voice. Doubt speaks, fear speaks, pain speaks. It's not enough to be in pain, but pain wants to talk. Oh, that pain. You're never going to get out of that pain. That pain, that killed your best friend. That killed your. Tell pain, fear, and doubt to shut up. Don't talk, and please don't talk in your voice. Don't you give voice to doubt, fear, or pain. There's a pattern, and I want to tell you something. If you think you can get that pattern out of your life in 2 minutes, I don't think you're doing a very good assessment. But you can start right now. You can just tell doubt, you're not talking to me in my voice anymore. I don't care if the whole world doubts me. I don't have to doubt me. I don't care if everybody around me is afraid. I don't have to be afraid. And pain is enough punishment. I don't need to have the speech that comes along with pain. Does that make sense when pain? I mean, that's the running joke about country music. You can write a song. Let's see, if you play a country music song backwards, my girlfriend comes back, my dog comes back, and they don't repossess my truck. It's songs about pain. And I'm not making fun of country music. There's pain in every music. It's enough to go through something painful. It's enough to be rejected or left or abandoned or ignored or forgotten. Dear Lord, don't start singing about it. Don't give it a voice, and don't give it your voice. Does that make sense? Don't give it your voice. Let it be somebody else's voice, somebody you don't like or somebody you've decided not to listen to. Doubt speaks, fear speaks, pain speaks. Don't you be the spokesman or spokeswoman for your doubt, fear, or pain. Instead, you be the spokeswoman, the spokesman that says, if I've never succeeded before, I believe I'm going to succeed this time. I used to be afraid of my own shadow, but I'm not going to be afraid anymore. What's that little silly, who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Well, you don't have to take on the big bad wolf, just those fears. I sat down one day and wrote down as many as I could remember, things I was so afraid it was going to happen. And I started looking. Maybe 1 out of 10 actually happened. In other words, 9 out of 10 never happened, yet I feared it. Do you remember Y2K? I was just talking, I don't remember who it was, somebody in the last week, and they made tents and meals for weeks, and they had bottled water just in case Y2K happened. Y2K came up, what was that, January 1st, 2000? Nothing. But the world was in fear. Oh, when the computer clocks go to 2000, everything's going to shut down. Now, I don't know if it was valid or not, but it didn't happen. See, fear, doubt, and pain have a voice. Don't let it be your voice. And here's something I'm working on while I talk to you. If you don't kill your excuses will be the death of you. I like doing television with people around me, at least one other, maybe 2 other people around me. Somebody I can have a little repartee and I can play off of and I can add to, and I like that. I'm uncomfortable doing it by myself. But I had this opportunity. I'm comfortable in radio, not in television. And I said, you know what? That's an excuse. And I killed that excuse. Here I am. Now, don't write me and say you can't stand it, because that's not going to stop me. I'm not listening to you. I know what I can do, and I'm waiting till I hit it. You know, if you've ever played golf or baseball, I don't think I ever, maybe one good hit where I bounced a pitch onto the outfield wall. But in golf, I've hit them over 300 yards. Now, I don't hit them like that all the time. Usually I'm borrowing somebody else's club. But I've hit them, and you go, yeah, see, that's who I am. And it's the same thing on television. I know when I've done well, and I know what I've done all right. But I've got to get through this fear. I've got to get through my excuse. I, I want to do this when somebody else, I want to do this with someone beside me, but I had to do this. This is the opportunity came, and I'm killing that excuse before that excuse has a chance to kill me. Listen, if you don't put a stop to your excuses have already put a stop to you. If you don't tell your excuses to shut up and be quiet, your excuses will tell you this is no place for you. You need to get out of here now. Don't speak doubt. Don't speak fear. Don't speak for pain in your own life. And quit listening to excuses. I have talked to hundreds, that wouldn't be an exaggeration, hundreds of people the last 10 years. And they'll talk to me about something. I'm good at talking to somebody for a minute and saying, oh, have you thought of this? This would be a good career field. This would be a good path. But as they're talking to me and they tell me what they love and they tell me what just, gets them all excited in life, but before I can say anything, well, that'd be a really good field. That way, once you try that, they give me 3 reasons why it'll never work. Why do you have to be the one giving voice to excuses while you don't do what you want to do, while you don't do what you think you should do, while you don't do what you were probably made to do? Why do you have to? Isn't it enough that somebody with money or somebody with authority over you, your boss, your husband, your wife, somebody has told you don't? Why do you have to be the spokesperson? Why, it'll never work. This will never work. That's what I was doing on television. This will never work. And I said, this is silly. It's something I want to do. Am I comfortable? No. Not comfortable at all. And people all the time, oh, don't tell people that. Well, why don't we get honest with each other? If this, and people told me, oh man, you're so good at this. Well, thank you. I don't feel good. I'm not looking for compliments. I'm looking for confidence. When you have confidence, you don't need compliments. When you have confidence, it's nice when somebody likes it. It's really a blessing when somebody says, man, that helped me or that encouraged me. That's good. But confidence says, well, I'm going to do this whether or not you like it. I'm going to do this whether or not you agree with me. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you did something for the very first time? Anything in life worth doing is worth doing poorly, and it's worth doing now. The old saying, anything worth doing is worth doing well. And to a perfectionist, now I'm a recovering perfectionist, to a perfectionist, that's, oh, I've got to do it well. Well, you know what? In order to do something well, you'll have to do something more than likely poorly, then fair, then average, and maybe good. You grow into it. You grow, it's okay. But don't be the spokesperson for your excuses why you can't change, why you can't try, why you can't do what you've never done before and you've always wanted to. It's possible. When you tell doubt to be quiet, when you tell fear to shut up, when you tell pain, it's enough you caused me pain, quit speaking. And when you tell excuses, it's time for you. This town isn't big enough for the both of us. I dare you, I double dog dare you. Run the excuses in one area, just one area of your life, while you don't do something, and watch what happens. See how fast that is? Seemed like it would take forever, but my time is already up. I'm Stephen Peterson. This is Patterns for Progress. I'd love to hear from you. Email me. And again, thanks for watching. It means the world to me. Appreciate it greatly. See ya.